Welcome to today's tutorial. There are many essential life skills parents should teach their children, and we are going to look at one of them today, and it is going to be communication skill. Teaching your children communication skill. Effective communication is the key to building strong relationships and succeeding in various aspects of life. Teach your kids to express themselves clearly, to listen actively, and to engage in meaningful conversations. Teaching communication skills to kids is very essential for their personal development and successes in various aspects of life. We are going to look at various strategies parents can use to teach communication skills to their kids. Strategy 1. Parents should teach their children active listening. Model active listening to your kids by paying attention to them when they speak, giving them full attention, your full cooperation when they are talking to you. Encourage them to maintain an eye contact when talking to you. Also teach them to nod and respond appropriately when others are speaking to them. Nodding during conversation shows that the child is engaged in the conversation. The next strategy is taking turn. Teach your children how to take turn during conversations. Interruption during conversation is a bad attitude. During conversation, teach your children to take turns. They should allow the speaker to finish before they come in. Practice this with them by having family discussions or playing games that require taking turns to talk. This will teach the children on how to respect each other during conversation. The next strategy, use clear language. When your children are expressing themselves, encourage them to use clear and concise language. They should ensure that the person they are talking to is understanding their language, and the language is very clear and concise. And as a parent or an instructor, while a child is talking to you, avoid interrupting them, avoid finishing their sentence for them. Allow them to complete their statement. Give a listening ear to them. Don't interrupt them. Interrupting them is giving them the mindset that they can interrupt anybody while talking. The next strategy, ask open-ended questions. Encourage your kids to ask open-ended questions during conversations. Open-ended questions encourage more detailed responses. Open-ended question fosters deeper conversations, and it is a proof of genuine interest in the conversation. The next strategy, practice expressing emotions. Teach your children how to put their feelings into words. When you come back from work, or when your children comes back from school, ensure to ask them how was their day. What is it that makes them happy or sad during the day? Guide them to express their feelings clearly. This will help them to learn how to express their emotion clearly. The next strategy, conflict resolution. In family, offense must come. There must be conflict in one way or the other. When conflict arises, teach them and guide them how to express their feelings and concerns calmly and respectfully. Teach your children how to use the word I to avoid offending others. When they are expressing themselves, They should be able to personalize their feelings rather than transferring blames. The next strategy, body language awareness. Body language is very important during communication. Ensure to teach your children that. Teach them how to read facial expressions, how to interpret body gestures, and how to read voice tones. If your children can be able to learn these non-verbal cues, it will help them a lot in expressing themselves. It will help them to know when, where, and how to express themselves. The next strategy, public speaking. Can your kids talk in public? Teach public speaking skill to your children. Start with encouraging them to speak before family and friends. Standing before them to express themselves. Start with a simple task like allowing them to share stories before everyone. Allowing them to tell stories of events that happened in their school, in their church, in their children's department, in their sports clubs, and the rest of them. The ability for them to stand before everyone and talk confidently will help them to develop public speaking skills. Gradually build their confidence. The next strategy, use technology mindfully. Teach your children to communicate effectively through digital platforms. Teach them the importance of respectful online communications. Also make them to understand that there are consequences of hurtful words. When they hurt people with their words, it has consequences. So teach your children how to respect people, how to relate with respect while using social platforms. Storytelling is the next strategy. Remember, we are talking about essential life skills parents should teach their children. We are looking at communication skill as one of the essential life skills parents should teach their children. So teach storytelling to your children. Encourage your children to write their own stories, to compose their own stories, to create and share their own stories. This will enhance their imagination and improve their ability to organize thoughts and convey ideas. The next strategy, active participation. Teach your children to participate actively in any communication, be it at home, be it in their school, in their churches, during Sunday school classes, among their friends. They should participate actively in any meaningful conversation. As parents, while teaching your child active participation, ensure to validate their opinion. Validating their contributions and opinions will boost their confidence. The next strategy, teach them reflective communication. Teach your children to paraphrase what they heard before responding to any conversation. They shouldn't just jump into the conversation to avoid them making useless contribution. They should first of all analyze and paraphrase the statement before they bring up their responses. Doing this shows that the child is actively involved in the conversation and is also making meaningful contribution towards it. The next strategy, encourage empathy. Help your child understand other people's emotions, other people's perspectives. Discuss with them. Help them to understand how their words can affect others negatively, how their words can hurt people. They should communicate with empathy. They should make careful selection of their words. This positive reinforcement encourages the child to improve, to continue to improve. The last strategy is model it to them. Be a good role model. As a parent, your own communicative style has a great influence on your kids. Model active listening, respectful responses, respectful speaking, and effective communication in your interactions with both your spouse, your kids, and with your neighbors. Remember, teaching communication skills takes time and patience. It requires you to be patient with your kids. Be encouraging and providing constructive feedback. As your child becomes more proficient in communication, they will develop the tools for expressing themselves clearly, build relationships, and navigate social interactions with confidence. Please do well to subscribe to this channel. There are many essential life skills parents should teach their children. We are going to look at the second one, which is emotional intelligence. Watch out for the next tutorial.